Hello, my beautiful angels, starseeds, and dreamers. Welcome back. My name is Violeta. This is a timeless channeled message for you. Yes, you. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. And all signs welcome, okay? Okay, so interesting messages today. Let's start with some visuals. I see someone throwing a bottle of water. Kind of like a tantrum-like thing, performance. And water, as you know, emotions, depth, purity, etc. Cleansing. The person is like throwing a temper tantrum and saying, no, I don't want these feelings. I don't want these feelings. Okay. That's funny. Meanwhile, you're experiencing something very peculiar on the other side. You're experiencing some kind of very, very, very tiny little space of rain. So I'm going to tell you what happened. I saw this AC flinging drops of water, very, very fine little rain in this kind of really, just for one, two people space. So if you go under there, it's like it's raining on you. But it's not raining because it's the AC kind of weirdly creating a spot of rain. And so I got the message, you're carving your own little unlikely corner of the world. Like your little spot in the world is so unlikely and so different that you don't need to worry. You're doing that effortlessly. You're just doing that. You're that kind of person who's going to create something very peculiar, something unlikely, something like a miracle, you know? Now, a couple more things that are very interesting. I saw the magma coming out of the Earth's crust from beneath on top and the tectonic plates rearranging. So it's like there's this situation in your life at the moment that is causing confusion, that is causing a lot of old conditioning, old programs, old shadows to resurface. And so, but at the same time, the plates of your life, the programming of your life, even just life around you keeps rearranging. So it's like, while you're doing with these old emotions, new patterns are forming outside of you and in, which means that everything is just on time. Trust the divine plan, because it's not what it seems at the moment. At the moment, it seems you're coming up to all the problems of the past, but you're solving them with the new you in mind, with the new programs. And that's stabilizing them and making them stronger, right? Because when you learn something, when you internalize something, you have to practice to make perfect, right? So you're practicing your new programs, and that is why those old feelings resurface. You're doing great, by the way. Then I got this number a few times, like a few days, and it was 1324 or some kind of variation of those numbers. But instead of 1234 or 4321, there's one misplaced digit. So you're supposed to, like, you know, switch those in the middle, which told me that you're trying to skip a step. You're solving a problem currently that you're somehow trying to skip a step. You're like, oh, no, this is not going to work. I'm just going to, you know, you're taking control, but you can't skip that step. Spirit says you can't skip that step. You're supposed to go in the order, not in the order of everyone telling you how to, but in the order of the divine, and you don't know what that order is. So literally you have to let the divine show you the way, even though you're doing all the things that you can, obviously, to, you know, I mean, of course you're going to keep doing your things and the things that you can do to solve the problem, but you also have to trust that the universe is going to meet you halfway, because your whole life you were like, I can do this on my own, I can do this, I can do this. But now you don't have to. You're constantly reminded these days that you don't have to do it on your own anymore. You have friends, you have family, you have the universe, you have spirit, you have God. Trust them. Trust that they can meet you halfway. You don't have to do it all on your own and exhaust yourself. I'm getting this exhausted energy. Stop. You can do this. You can let go of part of it at least. You can trust. I know you can. And you're working on it and you're doing a great job. And this final message that came to me was very important. You are safe in this world. Listen to me carefully. Confirmation birth. You're safe in this world. For the past few days, weeks, whatever, you've been getting little tiny confirmations that you're safe. So a friend would help you. Something bad wouldn't happen to you. Something good would happen to you. Someone would do you a favor. Someone would give you like little tiny hints of you're safe. You're safe. Little tiny additions to your safety, to your security. Financial, physical, emotional, mental, all the levels are being covered at the moment, little by little. You might not see the big picture and you're like, oh my God, everything is crazy. But if you pile up the little things, they're just tiny little steps towards the same direction. You're safe in this world, not just within yourself, but in this world. The world is meeting the requirements that you are sending out. The world is meeting your signal. You're signaling, I'm a whole person, I'm safe, I'm secure, I can take care of myself. And the world is meeting that energy with its own of giving you more safety, more security. You know, like attracts like, right? If you feel safe, you attract safety. If you feel stressed, you attract stress. You know this. And you've been working on really attuning yourself to the right frequency, the right alignment. And when the world kind of tilts you back into misalignment, you quickly just go back, because it is up to you. It is up to you to maintain this alignment, this frequency, because you want to attract the right things. You don't want to, by accident, attract horrible things, because you're not in the space anymore. You've healed a lot. But it's not just about getting to the place where you've healed a lot. It's about what's the word, confirming all that you've learned by doing things. So old energy, old things come, you rebuke them with the new knowledge by doing things. And that's how you confirm, I'm no longer in this energy. And at the same time, you're holding the new energy. So you're rebuking the old energy, you're holding the new energy. It's a balancing act, right? And it's really important to keep doing it. And you know what you're doing. Your intuition tells you what to do. And you're doing great. There's tension in your body right now at this moment. That's fine. Spirit says you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And you know what to do. You know what to do. Challenging things are happening for you, not to make you stressed or to put you back on your journey or whatever, but to strengthen your muscles. I'm hearing like you're going to the gym right now. You're going to spiritual gym right now. Every single day you're working your muscles. So imagine every day when you're dealing with these challenges, these problems, these issues from the past or whatever, You imagine, go ahead and imagine that you're in gym, you're at the gym making muscles, working out. I don't go to the gym, sorry. You go to the gym, you're working out your spiritual muscles, what you've learned, you're practicing everything you've learned, and you're training. You're training your body, you're training your life. Because inside it's all aligned. But you gotta meet the world with the same, like you have to walk the talk, right? Not that you're not, it's just a different phase of your journey. So before that, it was mostly inner work, working out your inner world and just setting everything up so it's ready. And now that it's ready, you're working the relationship between the inner and outer, which means more things are happening, because before not a lot was happening because it was giving you time to work on yourself, inside of yourself. Now, because a lot is happening, that is signaling to you that you're working out the kinks. You're applying the new knowledge, you're applying your new you, and adjusting the outside now. So literally you're in a new phase where everything is crazy, everything is fast, everything is testing you, but with your new strong foundation, you can take it. Because Spirit wouldn't have started this process without you being able to take it. So now that you can take it with the processes that you have established within yourself, applying them outside of yourself, it's perfect because you're aligning even more so to the life that you want, the life of your dreams. Your manifestations are going to come as long as you continue to match the frequency of your dreams, right? You're doing great. You, woo! I'm so proud of you. Literally, you're my best student. I'm kidding. I'm not a teacher, but you know what I mean. You're Spirit's best, acing, most amazing, outperforming student, trainee, whatever. And Spirit is so proud. So proud. Woo! Woo! I mean, just an example from today, I was crying on the beach and I was like, it's okay. I'm using my own process of transmuting this fear, this, old fears. I'm transmuting them into new feelings, new, more positive outlook, motivation to keep going, the kind of transmuting your pain into power, that kind of thing. Well, I was doing it on the beach today and I was just so, and now I'm just fine, because I continue the process, I continue the journey, because I know every day is the same. Things will challenge us, things will test us, things will push us for our own strength, for our own power. I have a very close friend who just refuses to yield to problems, and she's like, no, I'm gonna solve it. And that inspires me to be the same, because I'm also actually the same kind of person. When a problem arrives, I'm like, no, I'm gonna solve it. Then I can't solve it, but I try to solve it again. Then I can't solve it, then I try again, and again, and again, until I solve it, damn it. Whatever way I can, because how am I gonna give up? I'm never gonna give up. This is my life we're talking about. I'm not gonna give up on my life, duh. On my growth, on my journey, on my dreams, no. Those days are gone. For you too. And that's the thing. Because we can only go forward with the things that we've learned. That's what we're doing right now. You're applying your very, very hard-learned lessons, hard-earned lessons. You're applying them to your reality at this moment. And it's changing everything. Because you've changed, but now your life is changing. You can feel it too. Little tiny things changing every day, becoming better. Yeah, no, don't tell me you haven't noticed, because you have noticed. I know you. And yes, not everything is perfect, but that's not an overnight process. It's a baby step process. You're taking baby steps, and life is taking baby steps. And you're aligning in these baby steps toward a common goal. where everything you want lives. But in order to get there, you have to keep up the process, keep up the journey, keep up the transmutation of energies, because that's a big one for you. It wasn't until today and the last few days when everything was crazy and I was transmuting so much on a daily basis that I realized how much that process matters for us, for you. Because you've learned to transmute the energies now and you've practiced it so much, it just happens automatically now. You don't even have to decide to do it. It just happens. And that's the power of it. People are thinking like, how are you even still smiling and being optimistic and everything is falling apart and blah, blah, blah. You transmute it. You don't stay in the stagnant, bad, negative, woe is me energy. You turn it around into, I can do it, I can do better, I can try again. I have learned what doesn't work, and now I'm going to try again, try again, try again, try again. And you're turning this hopelessness into motivation and vigor and power, you know? Like, no, I'm not going to stop here. No, I'm not going to stay in this energy. I'm going to keep going. Damn it. That kind of thing. And you're amazing. You're inspirational. Trust me. Honestly, I'm super inspired by you and everything you've done so far. And I hope that you know how great you're doing. And this is all the messages for now. Thank you for watching. Let me know if it resonates in the comments. Like, subscribe, because it helps me out and it helps me connect to your energy. And of course, it helps my channel grow and everything. And it gives you good karma or whatever. I don't know what happens. I can only guess. But I do know that I'm enjoying every step of this journey with you. And that we can do it. We can get where we want to get. And by this point, we've built up the resilience, the patience to keep going no matter what, and to not be so impatient anymore. You know what I mean? Like, we're not so in a rush anymore because we know what it takes. It takes a long time, and we're good with that now. Oh, you're doing so great. Okay. Thank you for watching. I love you. Let me know in the comments, seriously, anything you want to tell me. And I'm going to see you next time. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.